Hello, welcome to the channel. Today is Saturday and we are heading out to the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. Minnesota has like one of the longest running Renaissance festivals and one of the most famous ones, I think, in the entire country. Not that it's saying much, but that's according to Reddit. But when you think about the groups of people who go to Renaissance festivals and Reddit, there's kind of a Venn diagram there. That is where we're going. We are going to give you the information because from the stuff that I read online for the past few years, it's been kind of a mess. So we'll tell you all of that info. I'll tell you how long it takes to get parked, how long it takes to get into the gates and stuff, and lines for food, etc. Because I have heard anywhere from 45 minutes to 2.5 hours to get into the parking lot. And then also in terms of getting into the actual park area, the fair area, anywhere from like an hour to 2.5 hours. And then once you get in there, even more lines for food. So I'm going to provide you all that information. I'll try to give you the menus and the prices, just so you can kind of budget. By the time you see this, it'll probably be prepping for the next year. So you can make your plans about how to budget appropriately. We're trying Scooter's Coffee for the first time. They told us to scoot around. It's a drive-through. So Scooter's Coffee has a large menu. I got the seasonal maple bourbon creme cold brew. And my mom got just a regular skinny latte. Not sure what the difference is if you don't have syrup, but she got probably skim milk. They're both medium sized. Mine has a lot more liquid appearing in it. The cup looks very large, but together it was $12, which I think is reasonable considering the prices right now these days with the inflation. I'm kidding. It's not inflation. This is a luxury. Anyway, that's what we got. Also in terms of, oh, the lighting is so much better here. But in terms of my mom's first order of business, it's a popover, and I think I may join her on that quest because I used to always get, whenever we went pretty frequently as kids. I think like every other year, maybe every year for a while. My first order of business was always a turkey, and my sister always got a pickle in a bag. And the lore is that Jason Mraz used to be a pickle man at the pickle stand. And apparently you can also ask the pickle people for just a glass of pickle water if you want to get your electrolytes back from sweating so much. But that's the info I've been able to gather about pickles because I'm not a pickle person. Doing a taste test. So I got the maple bourbon creme cold brew, and this is a seasonal item, so it probably will not be available by the time you see this. Oh, I don't know if I like it. My mom was like, swirl it. I think the maple bourbon flavor is the problem for me. It's very, it has like the artificial flavor that makes my teeth tingle sort of flavor. So if you like artificial flavored coffee beverages, this would be for you. The coffee itself tastes good. It's just the maple bourbon creme has a lot of maple bourbon teeth tingling flavor in it. My mom's review of her latte is the coffee is good, but it's not too hot, because sometimes when you get the drive-through coffee latte, it's too hot. So I was also a little concerned about that because she's driving. Obviously, I'm not driving. So I don't know if that's fog or not, but that's weird. It is fog. That's strange. I didn't think it was that different. I guess it was only 70 degrees yesterday. It's supposed to be in the 80s today. Valley Fair behind the trees now, but Valley Fair is like an amusement park. We went there for school, but we're on like a national wetlands, I guess. We're about 10 minutes out, and the sign started a while back for like the park and ride, and now we're getting to like the parking lot locations. But the website has information about how to find parking, but the problem is it's like just turn right and then turn left, and it wasn't super helpful, but they do have highway signs, so it's better than what I read on the internet. By the way, we did prepay for parking, or I think my mom did. Oh, my cousin did. So my cousin got a corporate discount rate, and it was $15 for parking, I think. But prepay is cheaper, but if you pay the day of at the parking lot on site, it's going to be $30. But literally is a right and then a left. There's no other option. Maybe it's less terrible now because they were getting threatened to get shut down by the county for the past few years because of how bad parking was. So maybe they have a better, it also has pavement. Maybe it's not as dusty anymore. I did take 2 allergy medicines just for prep. Still dusty. I think this is like on a sand mining something. This also answers the question of, yeah, it's still going to be dusty even though it rained like 3 feet over the past week. Oh, it's very bumpy. we're at the point where it says have your prepaid parking pass or credit card ready. So again, it was $15 when my cousin bought it with the corporate discount, and with fees $17.26 to park. Otherwise, there's a park and ride option that's $6 per person round trip. I would also say I could see the parking could get kind of disastrous here. It's like a horse road and rocks and curves and queues, and they have a line that's in the middle of a swamp. So I don't know. There is a porta pot / Johnny on the go in the line for the parking area. So we're still on the dirt road, but over there is where parking is, and we're going towards the Queen's Gate. There's also the King's Gate, and that's where you get dropped off if you have park and ride. Time check is 8:36, so no line actually to get in. So maybe the internet was wrong. My sister's advocating for all of us to have a breakfast pickle. 8:45, so it doesn't open for 15 more minutes. The line isn't too long right now. It is longer than I thought it was going to be, but also shorter at the same time. It's 9:01 and we're moving now, slightly. You do need to have more cash here than credit card, so they do have an ATM. Over there is dog registration. The theme this week is Highland Fling, and then I'm going to look at the Royal Daily events. Made it in. The first site is Mead. Well, actually, the first site was a woman on stilts. My mom's first order of business is popovers. I have to pee, unfortunately. Have to use the porta potty.
Can you help me lay?
So this is the popover. You can hear the crunch. Honey butter, regular butter. I do the honey butter. My mom hates honey butter. Unfortunately, gotta go use the privies. But it's not too crowded yet. But we also were like the first 100 people in. My sister has so many of these headband thingies. I did forget the ribbon headband that my sister said I could borrow, but I realize now I'm wearing a hat, so it wouldn't have made much sense. The butterflies are going backwards, but there's also a rocking horse. I think it's $4 by handwritten sign. $4 here too. The biggest of puddles. I remember eating around here. This seems like the main food area. $5 per climb. It's expensive to have kids. Little pirate ships that they push. And pigeons. Actually, I don't think that's a pigeon. And then there's real horses. Horse is like majorly depressed. They have fencing for $3 per person.
Remember, it is a weapon of finesse, not a battle axe. Oh, begin. Begin.
I remember making a medallion as a kid. Also, hold on. I don't think the lighting is gonna get any better at my phone. But remember making a medallion. But you molten lava, not molten lava, molten metal. Okay, they're throwing the hammer thing. We're gonna watch this last guy and then walk around. There's multiple events throughout the day. Clyde, this is the last guy. But all of his team members are blocking the view now from the spectators. Is this new? It's $2 each though. Don't know what it is. The beer tower is cash only and it looks to be just in cans. I also cannot find potable water anywhere. They have like paintball but with rubber bow and arrows. I'm gonna go look at this paper stuffs. There's also a wine cellar. It's very sponsored. I think they can print you stuffs.
You can wait I actually throw the knife. Working way too hard on real skills. Okay. All right, here we go. Come on! Oh yes. Yes. He's doing it too. Shut up, donkey. I've always assumed I could. Well, why don't you do something? You know, what you are doing is not nearly as difficult as you make it out to be. Basically, you are just trading one clubby thing for another clubby thing in a constant pattern. Watch us show you. I can do it at the same time. Stupid to say, hey, throw me a white one. Hey, other one, yeah. I just realized since there are two of us, but only one above, now he has to catch twice as many passes, yeah? So when I give the signal, let's mess with him. All right? And you know what the signal word is, don't you? I do. That word would be, hey, what is that? Really? Standing on this authentic Renaissance chariot. Designed by Leonardo da Vinci and powered by the static electricity created when two ferrets wrestle in a felt sack. The lazy Susan of death. This, right? No. Spin it under. If you spin that way, it hits the knife, it goes twang and fires it out. Guess how we found that out? The middle one blinked a lot. I think it was Morse code. Or I don't want to go to St. Thomas. Maybe you should focus on the job. I'm killing everyone. You ready? Okay, so I'm going. No! Other way! That way feels right. I know it does, but just because it feels right doesn't mean that it is right. Like, she had 3 kids. At the time, it seemed like a great idea. Now she's leaving them at Renaissance festivals. Oh, that's where you have it. Ready? Spin. Here we go. Hey. 2 more. Never mind, we're stopping here. See, there's nothing weird at all. Give me the baby. All right, then we'll do something truly dangerous to end the show. Yeah. Here we go.
10:30, it's quite busy now. The otter with a kilt looks so regal. Meeting the family here at the petting zoo, so we're gonna wait. I almost ate it going into that privy. It was terrible. I didn't see it was wet. It wasn't like, it was rain wet, it was mud, so my poor shoe. This makes me so sad, and his little knees. The one with the marble and the sword, but I like the guy with the fishing rod. The dragonfly is your worst nightmare. Yeah. My sister is found somebody who will eat a pickle. It was worth the $2. Something like that. There's a guy dressed up as a barrel. I'm on a mission to try to find my battered cauliflower, but I can't find it. I found it. It's at the onion ring stand. Got my spicy cauliflower. This is the spicy cauliflower. It's battered with Aleppo seasoning. I unfortunately just dipped it in ranch without trying it first, so that's on me. It's good, but I'm not going to eat the ranch. They sold out of pickles already at this location. The cauliflower is good. I might be back for Brussels sprouts because it sounds nice. It's tempura battered with some sort of sesame dressing. The ranch is disgusting. Even my mom doesn't like it, and she loves ranch.
Because they need room to turn around. And
It's definitely a different experience with kids, so I'm finding a beer. It is a can. I did not think that through, but got a mango cart. But we're at the children's realm. There's like games and stuff, like a kidway thing. That's where the food was that we got. There's also a chessboard. A lot of stuff. Oh, that's where they do the jousting, like on actual horses. Historically accurate. There's pho, bao buns, deep fried ravioli, soup in a bread bowl, tater tot hot dish sliders. There is smoothies, bacon, steak on a steak. There are 5 different flavors of mead. I also found they do have draft beer and draft cider. I messed up. I think I want to try the Odin one. Sword and shields. I don't know about this. This might have been the one my cousin got all the time. I don't know. These ones look more real. But the other guy was talking to me and my cousin's kid about how he bought the other shop from the original guy. And he learned from him for like 20 years before he bought the shop. When my cousin and her kids came in, the kids said somebody had put hands in the puddle, and this is it. Another root beer for the week. They do not have my name. We're by the King's Gate. There's beef sticks, but I still haven't found my turkey jerky. All of the sinks in the porta potty areas are well water, so they said that it's potable. And then they're also selling kettle corn on the way out, so I might grab some of that. There's wine, fairy floss, and gelato, mead. Oh, I want mead. I figured out which mead I want too. My mom wants queen apples. This one is the Odin mead. It's quite nice. It's very herbal, like kind of like an apple pie spice, as they mentioned. My mom got her queen's apples. We're going into the fairy forest. I don't know if we have to pay. If we have to pay, maybe not. We're going in. Not going in. They did say it was a steep grade. It is truly a steep grade. I think this is new or new-ish. I mean, it's got paving. It's like a cute little kids playground area. There's a lot of like kids stuff that was not here when we were kids. The exit is through the bog. It's reminds me of like when I was in college, we had to go fossil hunting in a bog. It's part of a class. The kids won the fairy building house. These are all the entries to the fairy house contest. This one's cute though. The hands got moved again. My mom wants a beer because she hasn't had one yet. That was apparently all cans. My mom did not want it. And also, if you bought something, you could take a picture with a throne from Game of Thrones style, I think. I don't know. I've never watched any of those shows. which is not a surprise to anyone. I saw this one to look in, but then I saw this and I was scared that it was going to be character cartoon stuff. My mom bought a bunch of these. Oh, they have a huge one. I was going to say, she was just saying that they only have the small ones, but we have a medium-sized one. It wasn't like a suckling pig one. It makes me uncomfortable. Like, the skull is fine. The confused skull is funny, but the octopus makes me confused and also uncomfortable. I think that's a hurdy-gurdy. And the old and ugly. They're on clearance. To mechanically move that horse, rocking it side to side. This was pretty lame. We're gonna head out at 3:30. We've been here a long time, actually. Like from 9 o'clock until 3:30. We didn't really do that much, but there's really not that much to do. It's really like just commercial, and the food is like not that impressive, and the beer is just not very impressive either. So if we were to choose, I would say State Fair, unless you're really into this stuff, if you're in this lifestyle. Yeah, so my cousin had to park in the other lot. We're in the Queens lot, and we parked in here because we were first, but they are parking all the way out. You can't see that, but we were like super duper early. People have parked all the way back. We came all the way from, you can't even see where we were parked, and now we're going out the quarry. Or is this a mine? It's not a quarry, I think it's a mine. I would say if I do come back for the State Fair next year, 2 state fairs. This is just far too commercial, and it's a little bit too niche. Like, way too nerd, and like, I've never, oh my god, there's people parked way out here too. And this is like towards the exit. So I guess you either come early and park near the entrance, or else you park by the exit, easy out, and then you take a shuttle bus from the end of the parking lot. But this is a place where it's both muddy and dusty all at the same time. And I am going to be blowing dust out my nose holes for like the next week. But yeah, this is like too nerd right now. And I was telling my mom, like, I've never really been a nerd or a geek, so this was a little bit overwhelming in that aspect. I mean, I'm happy that they all found people that enjoy the same thing as them. We are going to probably go to the mall and then go home. Basically, I also want to use a bathroom that has running water in the toilets and the sinks. Oh, the water from the well water in the bathroom, like the privy area that had sinks that worked, very good water. Tasted fine, didn't taste like well water, and it was very cold. So, and free. By the way, I do think people travel to all of the Renaissance festivals in all of the country, and they like make friends along the way. Because I was hearing people who were saying they went to like 4 or 5 already this season, which is crazy to me. Like, again, I'm never gonna go that deep in anything. I'm not a fan of anything. But if you are to go to 4 to 5, oh, somebody had a medical. There's an ambulance coming with their lights on. I would believe it. It's pretty hot, and I think a lot of people were like not hydrating and definitely not sunscreening enough. People here were wearing far less sunscreen than people were wearing in the State Fair. I don't know why, but they were also wearing crazier clothes because they were wearing like petticoats and crap and armor, and there was a guy dressed like a barrel. There was a guy dressed like the bad guy from Aladdin. Arthur was, in my mind, the aardvark with his crew neck yellow sweater. Anyway, we're going through dust and gloom right now. But I'm not complaining. Oh, my mom's phone thought I was talking to it. I am not complaining. It was a good experience, and now I know that I should keep the nostalgia in the nostalgic place in my mind. The food wasn't bad. The food was actually reasonably priced, and they did sometimes take credit card, but sometimes the fee was exorbitant. The meat was good. The beer was not so good. My mom just mentioned, I forgot to update you about lines. It was crowded, but I don't think it was as crowded as I read online, but I think it could be just because this is a holiday weekend, so I don't think necessarily everybody is here. It's also the weekend before most kids go back to school. It wasn't too bad. There were definitely lines, especially during certain times of the day, but if you have certain things like turkey legs that you want, you need to prioritize it. But my cousin and I were talking about it. They looked pretty bad. They did not look nice and roasted. It's not like they looked black. They looked very dry and didn't look so much roasted as they did burnt. So that's the review on that. We're trying to figure out where we're going. I think we're going to the Alamo, in Albertville, and we will do a little bit of shopping maybe because of the sales for the holiday, and then go home. I already called my dad, and my dad was like, okay, I'll hold dinner. And we asked him until what? He's like, well, 8, I guess. Talked my mom into stopping at Costco in Maple Grove. We're not going to the mall anymore. I'm just thirsty because I did fill up this water, but I think I'm on the verge of getting heat stroke because there wasn't that much water, and I didn't want to, like, because I knew there had to have been potable water somewhere, and I didn't want to keep spending $3 on water, so I conserved my water. And oh, the other thing is they didn't really check our bags, so we could have brought in full bottles of water. Could have probably also bought in full bottles of wine if we really... They like really didn't look. The only thing they really checked was if we had swords, like actual bladed swords. Then they zip tied them to you. You had anything else, it did not appear to be much check-in. Also, oh, the other thing that was really eye-opening to me is I did not realize that you could smoke anywhere. There's people smoking all sorts of things. Well, not like meth, but like they were smoking cigarettes, cigars, pipes. They were doing e-cigs of every kind. They were doing wax whatevers. Taking my mom to the first time she's ever been to the Costco food court. Also, why do I have this mark here, wrinkle mark? Winter gloves out and mittens. Right next to the hammocks. Pretty Christmas out. Asian stuff than my parents smelled. Snowflake cake. There's also peanut crisp candy. What's that? Soup I like is on sale for less than $1 a can. I am not taking that back in my suitcase, but good to know. This is intriguing. Another day, another Costco purchase. So we got 2 sodas and my mom got an ice cream. It was a lot of ice cream. For $1.99, that was like... I feel like next time my dad wants an ice cream trip, do not let him take you to the Dairy Queen. You gotta go to Costco because that looks like much better ice cream than Dairy Queen. I don't like Dairy Queen, by the way. I think it tastes like rotten milk and it smells like rotten milk. Anyway, bought some allergy medicine and some salon paws, and then I bought a 3-pack of the Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce because they were clearancing it out and I've been wanting it, and it has 2 other flavors I haven't tried yet. Okay, so my cousin ended up in the other parking lot. She was in the King's lot and we were in the Queen's lot. And again, we got there really early. Where we were parked was the Queen's lot number 1 shuttle stop. But there were multiple shuttle stops. So there was also like a shuttle, I guess, running within the parking lots because my cousin had to ride the shuttle within the King's lot. So I do think that we were lucky since we timed it getting there right around 8:30 because we were able to park really close. We didn't have to stand in line. We didn't have to wait in line for getting into the parking lot. The only reason why we had a line to get in was because the gates weren't even open yet when we arrived. But we timed it again pretty well. I think we were only waiting for like 10 minutes. And again, we were like the first 100 people in. But unfortunately, unlike the state fair, nothing was free. So no free stuff. We could have stayed longer. There was like entertainment and stuff that is free, but then they like coerce you into tipping. If we stayed longer, we could have spent significantly more money, and the food wasn't that exciting, and the beers were really bad. So I got too awkward to say, oh, actually, I don't want a can of beer. It says $8, and that was a 12-ouncer. And it's like, I was telling my mom, when I'm at the grocery store and I look at the beer case, and when it's like $4.49 for a can of beer, and I'm like, oh, that's too expensive. I paid $8 for a can of beer that wasn't a tall boy. That's pretty bad. Griping about it. It was an experience. We will go next year if my sister wants to go. My mom will take her and I'll tag along. It would be better, I think, with 3 adults. Especially because I think my sister is more of a Renaissance person than my mom and I are. So, definitely more than I am. My sister's gone in multiple states. Not at the same time / same year. Just because she's been bopping around different states. Obviously, we're back. I showered because I was so dusty. I looked after I took off my socks and there was like maybe an 8 to 9 shade difference between my ankles and my socks. So showered, feels so much better. I am going to be blowing like brown gunk out of my nose for the next couple days at least. Made the executive decision to get Chinese takeout because I think I'm actually running on empty because I did not eat enough food today. So we ordered it and we will go pick it up very shortly. I also don't want to see anybody. That's also why. I didn't want to go sit in a restaurant or anything, and we don't have that much food in the house because we ate most of the food that we bought in the grocery store. And my burrito bowls from Costco are for lunch. This meal's got some heft. Doing a sheet mask. I think I'm going to try to do the detoxifying one, and if that one's not available, then I think the olive. I'm feeling so much better. I think I was running on empty, but I also like wasn't craving anything. So when we were at the Costco food court, I also was like, I guess I could go for one cookie, but then for $2.49 you get like 8 cookies. I don't know how many you actually get. Anyway, the Chinese food was good. I ate about a third maybe. It was so much food, and it was a pretty good value if you ask me. Whole today was pretty good. Again, mixed opinions. I think it's nostalgia. I would go back again, but I don't think I would be like prioritizing it over the state fair. This is going to be it for today. I'll come back tomorrow with a new vlog. It'll be Sunday, and we don't have any plans. I might just roll it into the work week of my life. Actually, maybe not, because Monday's a holiday. Anyway, we'll figure it out when we figure it out. But I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.